I'll try a mage. I will try a mage. Let's see how it goes. It's probably not gonna go very well because mages, but we shall see. Who knows, maybe this is the one to go for 15 rooms. Uh, Sublimation of Blood is kind of incredible for an ogre, because big HP. So this tournament I've played mostly Nem's choice characters. The Gargoyle wasn't a Nem's choice, but the others were. And I've done pretty well with my Nem's choices so far. When it comes to Goth, yeah, Behumet is the one. Oh boy. Oh boy, we have Poisonous Vapors, and we have Ignite Poison as well. So we already are off to a really good start. Let me take a look at this. Range 3. Oh, it's level 1 now. Oh, why is it level 1? Anyway, we're off to a very good start with Ignite Poison. What we also want is, of course, what is this thing called? What is this thing called? Toxic Radiance. We want Bog. Those are the ones that I want. To truly commit to the path of alchemy. Inkwell. Inkwell is the one where my spells are better, right? Yeah, I guess that I would rather turn into a walking scroll. Hello, Jonas. Thank you for stopping by. We find the Staff of Alchemy, which is gonna be useful later on. Yeah, just begun. Intelligence, because this time I actually want to cast some spells. We're going to play a mage proper. I think that considering what I have, I should probably go hard on alchemy from the very beginning. Um, so if I understand this correctly, your melee attacks sometimes restore your mana. Yes, and they do half damage. Alright, this is gonna be a spellcaster, not a melee character like I've played in recent times. We're gonna be casting a lot of spells, and we're going to go for a mage goth that benefits from casting a lot of spells, and it is going to be fun. Yeah, this is the one. E3 Behemoth. That's really good. Behemoth takes a while to get piety, so the earlier you find Behemoth, the better. It is often the case that you only find Behemoth until Temple, but this time we found Behemoth before the Temple on D3. There was also an altar to Sif Muna. It is a god that I don't really care about, so I wouldn't go Sif Muna. Sick Moon. You know, I don't think I can. Don't confuse me, please. Okay, nice. I am weak to fire. This could be dangerous. Okay, it was dangerous, but I didn't get hit by the sticky flame. It would have done insane damage if it had hit me. Oh boy, that is an item. It's such a rare thing to see, like something that you know will stay with you for the whole game. um, on D4. But the Crown of Preba, it is very difficult for me to um, upgrade from that. It's a very good item after all. It has resistance to electricity, to intelligence, and see invisible. It also is a hat, not a helmet, so I can actually wear it as an Oni. Um, Onis have a horns one, which prevent them from wearing helmets. Um, but they can wear hats as long as I don't get horns 3. I'm sure I have a better spell than Magic Dart. Yeah, I have that. I have Mystic Blast as well. I should have gone for Mystic Blast before training. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Mystic Blast, which is conjurations, translocations. A large circlet of dull bronze set with a dazzling array of gemstones. It was first worn by a prince of the Titans who sought protection from the incessant warfare between his fellow princes. In practice, the main effect of the artifact was to unite his rivals against him. Um, cool. Yeah, it gives you resistance to electricity, which is a crucial property to have. Okay. Behemoth offers me knowledge of shock, though I do not think I care about shock. Blorcula, the Orcula, with immunity to poison. I do not know. Yeah, it's giving me big vibes that I shouldn't be fighting that guy because otherwise I'm gonna die. Um, okay, I could really use a teleport right now. If I don't have a teleport, I'm probably gonna die because he's stronger than I am. Yeah, he's stronger than I am, whether I have spells or not, so this is not good. Okay. It's pretty bad. I don't have anything that I can do. Yep. Oh, delightful. Okay, I'm probably dead. My form does half melee damage. If I win this, it's magical. Yeah. The Orchila avoids the killing blow by scattering into a rainbow of bats, which are going to kill me. We might be fine. I'm still silenced, but it's about to run out. Oh, that's pretty bad. Um, it was a scroll of torment. This is such a disgusting situation to be in. Um, okay, miraculously casting Mystic Blast is getting the job done, but quite frankly, I have no business surviving this. I do have a potion of haste on, so I can probably try to run away. Now Lord the Orc is gonna start catching up to me. This is a shop. Why did I go here? I thought it was a portal vault. I didn't notice. This is the portal vault, isn't it? Well, I don't know. It might be. Yeah, I think it's over. Okay. We killed Blork the Orc, so that's good. But I don't know how I survived the rest of these. Your miscast poisonous vapors at 2%. No way. There's nothing that I can do, and this sucks. Yep, there's a straight up nothing that I can do to assure my survival here. How frustrating. Yeah, okay. Man, this game's so frustrating. I do not like this game at all. This is the kind of thing that makes me not want to play this game. What just unfolded is the kind of thing that makes me not want to play this game. Oh, D5 monster. No, it was D4. The D4 monster that is immune to the main thing that you're doing. Um, Monsters that have immunities, period, should maybe not spawn that early. Especially when they have haste and they do so much damage and they're so hard to kill. Um, man, this game sucks. I look forward to not playing it. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna play when the tournament is over? I don't. I actually don't know what I'm gonna play when the tournament is over. This is terrible. This is the one, and I'm already being chased by more monsters than I have mana. Oh man. Okay, that's an okay thing to find. Robo willpower. Makes me almost immune to hexes as the game goes on because that's my one source of willpower. Okay, going downstairs was pretty good for me. I got lucky that there were no monsters surrounding the stairs on D2, which sometimes happens. I could recuperate and then come back up and properly clear the one. But yeah, so much of this game is just luck, 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 and luck. Based games, yeah. I feel like this game is more luck than skill, really. Once you get to a certain point, just more luck than skill. No matter how good you are, you're gonna run into stuff that's just ridiculous. Um, I should pick up and use this thing. Lord Orc is a pretty insane monster. I have no idea why he can have Sandblast. It's 3 dice of 10 on D4. It really is not okay. I wouldn't have that in the game, period. Or well, not at that point. I mean, wow, I'm finding some pretty okay stuff. Um, just to cloak and short sword of Elec. Okay, I wonder if there's more gnolls where that one came from. And yep, the answer is yes, there are more gnolls. But I'm full mana, so I think I can just tap them. Well, not tap them, but use Seeding Ray. Pretty okay. And we can go upstairs, restore the mana, and then give it another try. It's a lot of gear. Oh boy, that would have been a run winner in almost any other run. Man, that would have been so good in almost any other run, but Onis are too large for normal armor, which plate is, so they can only wear robe, magical armor like dragon scales, and I think that's it. Robe, leather armor, I suppose, like troll leather, and scales. Every species can wear scales. Except for cat. Cat doesn't get anything. Um, it's been years since I last won a cat, like 4. What was it? I found this. The template with cold resistance and 3 strength. It's so good. Yeah, not as a computer, as an Oni, because Onis do not get to wear that. If I was not an Oni, even if I was a mage, I would definitely consider pivoting away from magic and into being able to wear that, because that is the kind of item that you take for the whole game. But I literally cannot put it on because it's too small for an Oni. That's not a good item. Yeah, Onis and trolls are too large for most kinds of body armor. Spriggans are too small for most kinds of body armor. And I think most other species that are not cats can wear what I found. So yeah, it's just a character select screen issue. If I had not made the mistake to start a Noni in a character select screen, I would have had a pretty strong run winner kind of item at my disposal right now. That's just how it is. We have Blink, pretty good spell. Mystic Blast. You chose the wrong species by accident? No. What I'm trying to say is like, yeah, when you start certain species, you lock yourself out of certain things that will most likely not appear, but when they do appear, you are gonna think, oh, I shouldn't have gone this species, should have gone a different one. Encounter, okay, that's gonna be annoying. That's definitely a problem. Okay, no torment, no haste. That went surprisingly well. Yeah, this time I have quite a lot of. I kind of want to wield and use this. This is a pretty strong weapon, but it is distortion branded, so I'm going to banish myself if I unwield it. Mm, it's better than the short sword of Elec, but very dangerous. I'm not gonna use it. Anyway, this time we're experience level 7 on D4, so it's looking a lot better than the last game. Um, yeah, we have not found anything ridiculous. Like in the last game, we found Sigmund, and we found Blork the Orc, and now we're getting killed by a sleep cap. We also have a crazy amount of armor class for the early game. We have 9 armor classes a mage, which yeah, quite a lot. Um, Unfortunately, I have already filled all my armor slots because these guys don't get globes, don't get boots, and don't get good body armor until much later in the game. Um, Free floor shaft. Probably gonna die. Terrible. Horrendous. Okay. Oh, nice. Nice teleports. Okay. That was 3 teleports. The first one didn't land me in such a bad spot, but I wanted to land in a spot with no enemies because I'm 3 levels below what I should be. 3 levels below what I should be. Shouldn't be here. Um, okay, that haste is kinda lucky, but I'm still probably gonna die. Nothing. No, the bees are the same speed as I. No, they're faster. Okay, they're faster even while I'm hasted. So yep. I think it's over. Is the frog? Okay, the frog is as fast as I am. Well, I'll haste it. Okay, delightful. I just keep finding stuff that can instantly kill me. You know, when the game doesn't want you to play it, it's pretty obvious. Steam Dragon. That is a good thing to have. The Steam Dragon scales. The thing is that I don't think I'll be able to kill the Steam Dragon. I think that I'm just gonna die to the current situation before I can even take advantage of having found D7 Steam Dragon. And I guess even then a D7 Steam Dragon is pretty strong. Okay, another potion of haste. Gonna have walked in that direction. I wanted to grab it and go to the next room, but there was no next room to walk towards. Okay. I had enough power to kill that solitary white. Now, hopefully that is it and I can actually rest. Um, okay, let me go and pick up this potion because it might be necessary. Okay, we find silence again. Grand weapon. Nope. Acquirement. It gives me a dragon form talisman. 17. 25. Ah, it turns you into a golden dragon. It used to turn you into a fire dragon. Um, it got like the damage output got completely destroyed, unfortunately. But the breath weapon is pretty good. I should probably do it. I should probably do it. How? I should probably do it. I should probably do it. Yeah. It's the kind of thing that I would have loved to have when I was playing Shapeshifters the other day. '17 skill. So I would get it around mid layer. Mid layer. Can I survive with what I have all the way to mid layer to use dragon form? Oh, I probably can't. I probably can't, but I kind of really want to. Um, yeah, at 100% training, you would reach 17 in 4.8 levels. Um, How long does the dragon transformation last? It lasts until I turn it off. It used to be like a timed thing that you would have to recast, but now it's like it takes a couple of turns to get going, like 5 turns. But once you have transformed, you just stay transformed until you don't want to be transformed anymore. Um, does it replace your normal melee attack with weaker? No, it replaces it with something that's a lot stronger. Um, yeah, you can see here that it says UC base damage. At 17 skill, it gives you +8 to your UC base damage. Um, so yeah, you can hit really hard in this game even if you're not wielding a weapon, as long as you train on armed combat. So that's what I'm thinking of doing: training on armed combat and just turning into a dragon. Um, Yeah, no weapon attack, no armor attack, but you get crazy good resistances. Uh, Fire resistance, cold resistance, and poison resistance. And you also get good damage output because you're in dragon form. You also get the breath weapon, which does nuclear damage. And you also get okay armor class. Does it change your speed? No, it doesn't. You move as fast as you would otherwise. I am going to go for it. That's what I'm going to do. Um, I'll actually train that to 4, and then we're gonna go all the way for dragon form. The complicated thing is that that's a lot of experience that I will be dedicating towards that and not towards other things that could help me survive more. I mean, don't misunderstand me. When I get to, I should throw like at least some levels into fighting since the aptitude is so good. Um, Come on, there we go. All right. I would really like to get out here. I want to go upstairs because I got shafted 3 floors, and this is the second out of 3 floors that I need to traverse to go back to my original level before I got shafted. If I survive this and I win the game with Dragon Form, it's gonna be so good. Dragon Transformation always sounds like a trap for you. Oh no, in this game it's good. Um, Unless it's gotten brutally nerfed since the last time I did it, it's still good. And last time I did it, it gave worse resistances, so I think it's just gotten better. Um, with less melee damage output, but more tankiness, so it's more of a viable thing long term now. That guy was difficult to kill. I'm glad that guy was alone and not with all of his white bodies. Those would have been difficult to deal with. Okay, I really want this scroll, but I also want to go upstairs, so we grab the scroll. Just make a run for the stairs. Okay, we're not gonna make the stairs. The steam dragon would have killed me, so I guess I'm gonna have to get rid of this white before going upstairs. Yeah. All right. No, no. In this game, the serious drawback is if you do not know how to use Dragon Form, because it is perfectly valid as a wrong-winning um, thing to build around Dragon Form. It is crazy. Oh, I thought that the sewer was gonna be here, but it's only an altar of sin. There's definitely a joke there. Um, very distant. It said that it was nearby when I was around here. Now it said that it was very distant. I do not understand how that works. Oh no! Oh no! That's so many monsters. Let's try not to die. All right, and now begins the journey for shapeshifting. Um, The god that I went is not a god that particularly cares about me using a form. Behemoth is a god that enhances your spellcasting, gives you spells, makes them easier to cast, gives you more range, gives you mana when you kill stuff. Um, Up to the point where you get level 9 spells by the end of Behemoth's gifting spree. Yeah, It it will be like my complementary ranged attack, I suppose, but we need to fight to first get to Dragon Form, and then when we get to Dragon Form, even with zero skill in armed combat, I'm gonna deal a lot of damage. So we can do that for a little bit while I train magic, and then once my magic is okay, I can train an armed combat. Oh, we found the sewer. It's totally here. Ah, normally I would be fumbling attacks, but Onis are too large for fumbling attacks in water, which is nice. Okay. They get to go through deep water? Oh, they do. Look at that. Oh, no, I'm flying. I don't think they normally get to go through deep water, but I'm flying. Um, it was certainly a pleasant surprise that a crab, that a player in crab form can go through deep water. That was cool to find out. All right, Mystic Blast. Carrying. No one has Curare here. It's kind of wild. Alright, it's pretty easy sewer. Pretty easy sewer. Let me see. Okay, no, not really a lot of reward other than the scrolls. To be fair, the scrolls are pretty okay. Alright. Alright. Cannot complain about what I got there. How's this thing looking? 2.7. We need 17 skill to even turn it on without losing an incredible amount of HP. Yeah, HP minus 85% if I turn it on right now. Um, there will be a point where I can turn it on before 17 skill and not lose HP because it gives 50% extra HP. And I think at that point it's very beneficial for me to do it. Um, but we need to get to that point first. I might not even want to train it all the way to 17 in one go. I just want to train it to the point where I can turn it on, period. Or sort of Venom. I might want that. It might be better than Elec right now, um, since it applies the Venom a lot more consistently than Elec applies the Elec. The Elec is effectively an insta-kill at this point in the game versus these monsters, but Poison works so much more consistently. This skilling that I'm doing is very unorthodox. Um, Normally one wouldn't go so quickly for Dragon form. More often than not, because normally one wouldn't have access to that so early into the game. So yeah. All right, I lived. Oh, some artifacts here that just out of curiosity. That's pretty good. That would be something that I would be very happy to have as a mountain dwarf because mountain dwarfs can enchant artifacts. And that's bad. Okay. Okay, so I survived 3 levels of shaft and I came off much stronger for that since we found out about the acquirement and the dragon form. These things are poison resistant. Okay. A Nogger. I can wield giant spike clubs, but if I am given the choice between wielding a giant spike club and using dragon form, I'm going to use dragon form. Because dragon form is a lot more fun and a lot more powerful, I would say, than a giant spike club. Oh, you have a cloak of preservation. Okay, fortunately for you, I have a +2 cloak, so I don't really get a lot from killing crazy youth right now. Um, I'm probably gonna forget. So maybe crazy youth survives this game unless I need the resistance to corrosion. Um, Okay, let's take a look at this. 5. Yeah. I wonder how long it's gonna take me to get to the point where I can turn it on without losing 85% HP. Remember, we want to get to the point where we don't lose any HP when we turn it on. We don't even have to gain HP. What we need is not losing HP. We found a bunch of potions, Scroll of Torment. Better not to read that until we truly need the torment. Oh, how I look forward to turning on Dragon Form and having that poison resistance. Is gonna be great. Okay. Should I do that? It's one more armor class at the cost of my willpower. I'll do it. The armor class, I feel like it's slightly more important in these early stages of the game, where the only hexers are orc wizards and stuff. Would be nice to find a stepping stone form, a stepping stone talisman. Still a minus 85%. I wonder how long it's gonna take. Maybe when I'm at like 12 or 13 skill, it's just gonna start to go down. Mercury Arrow is something that I'm not really interested in. But it might weaken, and weakening is good. And it is a conjuration alchemy, which means that I can already cast it. It is probably something that I should get, and I should replace Magic Dart with Mercury Arrow. Is this thing full screen? Okay, no, it's range 4. That's a shame. Okay, it's pretty spooky. Oh, wait. Yeah, we can blink away from the net to not break it so I can have a free net. Um, Why is this thing not getting poisoned? It's not poison resistant. That's so strange. Straight up didn't get poisoned. Oh, and now this Ice Beast, which is poison resistant, gets poisoned? Okay, that's so strange. I do not understand. A troll. It's a bit too much for me at this point, I think. Even with Mercury Arrow. I shouldn't fight it. I know I lose. I shouldn't fight it. Glove of Mercury. Yeah, Mercury Arrow. The Glove of Mercury hits the white. The white looks weaker. Does a little bit of damage, and it also weakens the melee attack of whatever I hit with it for a little bit. A pretty good thing to have right now. Yeah, I can take on them, but I need to fight them one-on-one, because if I fight many on one, I'm just gonna get completely wrecked. Is that a second acquirement? No way, that's crazy. That's a second acquirement. You know, we take those. I'm not gonna complain. It's my reward for surviving this ridiculousness. Still minus 85. Would be a lot better if I had a stepping stone talisman. Let me tell you that. Hopefully we can find one at some point in the near future. Okay, Potion of Cirque for the extra melee damage on my short sword. And even though it is Venom branded versus undead, it still kills them. Pretty good. I made sure to use Mercury Arrow to weaken the whites before that, so that I didn't get hit by a lot of damage in retaliation. Yeah, whites tend to have some pretty good gear. Like for example, if I was into using these weapon types, Morningstar +4 Morningstar is great. +4 Flail is okay, but it is the same type as the Morningstar, so you just use the Morningstar because it's better. Um, +3 Falchion of Freezing is pretty great. Mace is also the same type as the Morningstar. Um, +3 Flail. Yep, these guys tend to have such good gear. It's wild. Oh, look at that. It's now at -70%. So I think it will keep going up gradually now from 9 skill onwards. That works on undead. Are undead immune to poison or does mercury? Oh, it is. It specifically tells you in the description. The physical force of the arrow inflicts a small amount of damage even to those immune to poison because it's mercury, and the weakening effect can splash to adjacent targets and ignores poison resistance altogether. But so they don't get poisoned, but they get affected by the other things of the Mercury arrow. It's a pretty good spell because of that. Um, would be even better if it actually poisoned things more often. Um, and so many whites, wild. I'm so excited for Dragon Form this early into the game. The only times that I've gotten the opportunity to go for Dragon Form this early, I've done it and it's gone very well. So I hope I can get to it at all in this run. It's pretty difficult. However, we are already at the point where like it is clear that we are not as strong as we should be. The thing is that this guy's not getting poisoned. Okay, that gets the job done. We have Troll Letter. That is 2 armor class loss, but we get regen. I think we might want to take that. Regen is an extremely important thing to have, in my opinion. The earlier, the better. Acquirement number 2. The ring is looking like something that I should get. The scarf is okay, but it's gonna get melted when I go into dragon form. And the ring won't get melted, and it has willpower, which we want. But the gold is really good, and I think that there is a level that we saw recently that has a lot of. Okay, no, it was in the previous run. The level that had 1,000,000 shops. Okay, talking about million shops, maybe we can find something really good here. Oh, no way. Between dragon form and actually gold skills, the problem is that they're not gonna be good. I know they're gonna be like -2 or like not -2. They're gonna be like +1, and then they're gonna be sad over spending 2k on gold skills. I'm going to go with what I already have. But gold skills are an absolute killer of an item to find on an Oni, because they're the heaviest armor that an Oni can wear. They also provide really good resistances. Much heavier than most dragon scale armors and grants its wearer resistance to poison, fire, and cold. Yeah, base armor rating of 12, plate is 10, and encumbrance rating of 23. Plate is 18 for comparison. Um, Oh man, that's crazy. We found reflection, not bad. Yeah, lots of nasty, nasty monsters, but also a decent chunk of loot. And yeah, it's the 8, and we have 2 acquirements, one of which gave me a thing to aim towards super early into the game. minus 55. So yeah, I think it's gonna be like at 13 skill that I'm gonna be able to use Dragon Form without losing HP. Um, and since my Oni defenses are pretty trash, it will effectively be an HP, or like not an HP increase, but like a defense increase because better resistances and hopefully better armor class as well. But I do not know. I think that Oni should be able to use potions of moonshine. Yeah, why is this potion completely useless to Onis if they are fond of drinking potent alcohol? You should totally be able to use these as Oni. What is the point of the reflavoring of the potion of confusion? I think it was. No, it was potion of degeneration. Hmm. Okay, we found the scroll of linking, and we also found a Medusa talisman, which is huge. I'm going to use that immediately. Helmet Cloak. Okay, Helmet Cloak is actually the things that I have that are providing me armor class, so I shouldn't use that. But it would be such a good thing to have right now versus these bees, because it does poison damage. All right, let me get out of here, please. So we did find a stepping stone amulet, but unfortunately, it is not a good stepping stone amulet for my current needs. All right, Giga poisoned. Goodbye, Queen Bee. Minus 40. Yeah, I think it's been 15% every skill level up, starting at 9 or so. So we're almost there. It's so much ambrosia, but it's a beehive. The beehives are known for providing the player with a lot of ambrosia, which is pretty good for an Oni. Onis get super heals from ambrosia. All right. I think that leveling up those first few levels of fighting that were almost free. Like I turned it on, and before the floor even ended, I already had my goal achieved when it came to fighting. And yeah, that HP is being huge. Onis have so much base HP, and they also have so much fighting that often their best and only defense is their massive HP pool. But it's not gonna be the case because I have Dragon Form. So as soon as I can get Dragon Form going, we are gonna have a grand old time with this character. We're almost there. We're almost there. I'm so excited. If I can beat a Jack Band, and it seems that I can in a corridor. I wonder how it's gonna go in Lure. Yeah, because Lure does not give me the benefit of a corridor, unfortunately. Oh no, these are pretty nasty. Yeah, they do a lot of damage. 3 dice of 13 to 26. I think it's 26 if the two of them are on the screen. Yeah, okay, that's not good. Oh no. Let's try to not die to this, even though I highly suspect there's no more monsters in that level. All right. Minus 25%. Should I do it? Let's see what happens if I do it. Okay, I actually lose a little bit of armor class and evasion and HP, but I gain the resistances, and I lose the regen. Okay, so far it's not worth it. My damage rating with unarmed combat is 16. Yeah, that's not good for now, but it will be good in time. Not that my damage rating out of Dragon Form is any good anyway. Oh, we're about to hit 13. Okay, at 13 we have minus 10%. We have plus 3 unarmed combat base damage, plus 9 armor class. It's not good, but I think we can probably leave it at that and start training fighting, because fighting will do so much for me. If anything, I should have done it the other way around. First fighting, then dragon form. Um, but I have dragon form now, then fighting, I suppose. Ignite poison. That's certainly not a bad spell, but my Mercury Arrow has been barely poisoning anything. If I had a more reliable poison spell, I would jump at the opportunity to use Ignite Poison. Um, Mercury Arrow is such a good spell for. Oh, that's an even more powerful talisman. Yeah, this one requires 23. So I also don't want to use that. I want to use Dragon Form. Plus 5 Venom Whip is pretty much better than what I have right now, except for the noise. Wow, the power of Mercury Arrow, it's so good. It's like enabling me to get away with things that I totally shouldn't be getting away with. Like dabbing with like such a weak weapon. Well, to be fair, it's not particularly a weak weapon. It's more like not the kind of weapon that I should be using versus a yak band while surrounded. That's the thing. Oh, you have a wand of that. I don't know what it's called. There we go. Wand of Warping, that's what it's called. I wish I wasn't marked. I have not a lot of HP. Cannot really afford to be marked. Fortunately, I'm kind of in a dead end, so I'm not really in terrible danger thanks to, like, I'm not in danger of being surrounded or being flanked. And I also have regen, so now I'm at 83 HP. Could be a lot worse. Come on, I need the weak. Um, This is not good. Okay, there we go. I did get the weak. Somehow the Boulder Beetle rolled into me and did no damage. Oh no, it didn't roll into me. I think I pushed. The Boulder Beetle barely misses you. Okay, that's what happened. It missed somehow. You know what? We take those. I don't want to fight that in the open. Ideally, I would fight it 1v1, because I think I can kill it easily, but it is a dangerous, very volatile early game monster. Yeah. That's another Cobalt Demonologist. It's gonna be very difficult for me to fight them 1v1. How is this guy not poisoned? There we go. Yeah, getting carried by the Mercury Arrow weak. It is, it's definitely feeling like something that I would underrate, but no, it is pretty good. Oh wow, I got insta red poison from full HP. That's crazy. All right, Sonia kill was easy. We get some Curare out of it, which we're gonna immediately use on this Boulder Beetle. Oh, chance to weaken 4%. Has it always been 4%? Why is it 4%? Is it because of its hit dice? Oh no. This is not looking good. I do not know what to kill first, because this can summon something that can kill me really fast, and this can kill me really fast itself. But I think that this is easier to kill. Maybe I start training unarmed combat. Because if we're gonna use Dragon Form, I'm gonna need a little bit of unarmed combat. I wonder at which point is it better than tabbing the way that I've been tabbing. Ooh! Dragon Form, Claws, chop off Hydra heads. But it's fine because I can push the Hydras away with my magic, right? Okay, this is gonna take quite a while, but if it gets going, it's gonna have a super fast mid game and late game. That's so many Demonologists. That's really scary. Yep. These are the guys that I excluded, surely. Okay, there we go. That was so spooky. If that happens with monsters that actually have good damage output, I'm gonna die. I know that. You know, I think it's time to go into Dragon Form. Um, And yeah, the damage rating is really good. um, really good compared to what I had before. I mean, I was not really able to kill things by tabbing, and now I totally can. Oh no. I should win. Okay, yeah. Mystic Blast. Push the thing away. Um, I sure miss my regen. All right. Time to go to Lair. I'm taking a lot of damage, but it's kind of working. What if I on transform for a little bit? Because it does is still not give me enough HP, or like not doesn't give me as much HP as I have otherwise. Um, it will be better against things like this Cane Toad, which is poison resistant and poison damaging. Oh no. This is not good. I sure would love to get a hit in on Prince Ribbit so I can get the poison. The game says no, however. A potion of 3 here would do wonders as well. I found heal wounds. I have not found heal wounds. This might be heal wounds. Yeah, okay, that was huge. Um, Heal wounds is especially good for Oni. It heals you for double. So yeah. I might want to use a Flux Bubble because it gives me big evasion. Melts body armor weapon. Alright. Wow. That was intense. Oh, I can have this form forever. It's a consumable, but it happens instantly and it lasts forever. You know, that's not a bad thing to have for a while, because of the big evasion. That is the stepping stone form that I wanted for so long. Um, yeah, it is doing some pretty okay damage. Desert Beckoning, that's gonna be good. Oh, it wore off. Oh, oh, so okay, okay, interesting. It wore off on its own. Okay, that's fine. I should have read the description to figure out that it was gonna wear off on its own. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna keep training shapeshifting instead of unarmed combat, so I can I can go into dragon form without losing HP, without losing armor class as well. We are getting to the point where dragon form is gonna be really good, and I wanna have it for the whole game. When I read the description, I really thought that dragon form was gonna be like some end game, like top of the line transmutation, but I guess it is not because the melee damage got nerfed quite a bit. Um, it is not the plus 38 to base melee that it used to be back in the day. Man, those were the good days, but at least you get to compensate with better resistances. As long as they don't have Death Yaks supporting them, I should be able to take on any amount of Jacks. With the correct setup, of course. I don't have digging. Digging would be great right now. Um, Terrible link. Link me right next to the scariest thing here. I have so much haste, I should put it to use. Yeah, what I needed was this corridor. If I had gotten this corridor from the very beginning of the fight, I would have been able to win no problem. But not only did I not get the corridor, I also got an intruder in the fight. Did it go down? No, it says minus 40%. Does Flux Form give HP? It shouldn't give HP. I think I'm running out of Flux Form. Yep. Oh, I cannot weaken it with Mercury Arrow. No way it's not about to die. That Catoblepas is extremely poisoned. Yeah, it's gotta be at like 1 HP. Um, shouldn't do that. Oh, now it says HP plus 5%. Huh. Wonder what happened with Flux Form, that it was reducing my HP whenever I used it. But anyway, now that it says plus 5%, yeah. And also, it shouldn't change my armor class. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, it doesn't change my defenses a lot. It says breath plus plus. Oh, you have 3 uses. I thought it was only 1 use. That's nice. You get to use it a little bit, and then you can use it again or wait for it to recharge. Pretty cool. That's very annoying. Oh, I thought it was gonna stay there forever, but it is a salamander and they can walk through lava. They just walk towards me. Makes it significantly less annoying. I have not gotten a spell from Behemoth in quite a while, but it's fine. Should I get that? No bulk, no toxic radiance, but also a lot of spell slots that I would probably like to use. More talisman. Probably a bit too late. Yeah. Wait a second. Wait a second. What if I, instead of being in dragon form, I just use these? Okay, it doesn't nuke my armor class that much. Um, yeah, it's minus 2.2, doesn't matter. Bite damage 18, bite chance 75%. Ooh, nice. Oh wow, and I went from Ignite Poison to Magnavolt. I do not know if I can use Magnavolt with this character. Not a bad spell, but it goes a little bit beyond the scope of what this character is trying to do. Dragon form is not cheap. It requires a lot of investment, but in uh, the form itself and also in unarmed combat to truly take advantage of the damage output that dragon form offers. Forge Monarch Bomb. What is that? Level 6 Fire Forgecraft. Cluster Bomblets. Recasting this spell detonates the Monarch Bomb. Fire physical damage to everything adjacent to them besides the caster. Huh. Besides the caster. That's not bad. Oh, another dragon form talisman. That's crazy. Um, Perhaps I shouldn't have acquired the first one. But if I hadn't acquired the first one, by now it would have been like, oh, if I had gotten it a little bit earlier, I would have gone for it. Or if I had gotten good amulets earlier, talismans, um, I would have gone for it. And I wouldn't use it. You know what I would be wearing? I would be wearing the dragon form or the gold scales. Probably, most likely, I would be using the gold scales. And I think that if I was using the gold scales, I would be having an easier game. Um, or I would have an easier game in the future because gold scales are just really good. Tragic. Especially since the Death Yak is almost dead. Oh, I blinked into a dead end. That's my wisest move. Hmm. I really wish I had a wand of digging right now. Often you would love to have a wand of digging for the early game, and it's just not there. Nothing uncommon. Okay, big heals. Big heals. These mob form heals, they're not negligible, but they're also not that impactful. I wonder if they got nerfed. A Hive Talisman. This one requires 17. Mm, oh, nectar produced within greatly increases the user's health and magic regen, and if they become seriously injured, angry bees will swarm out to defend the hive. Melts body armor and helmet. Sting. But I think Dragon Form is more exciting. It is exact same skill bracket than Dragon Form. How exactly is this happening? You see that? I was at full HP. I was straight up at full HP. I was at full HP, and this Black Mamba almost killed me in Lair 5. That is not alright. I think it's time to go into Dragon form because of the poison resistance. Yeah, the difference is incredible, immediately noticeable. I do a lot more melee damage, and I also like tank a lot more thanks to the resistance to poison. Also more HP than in my normal form, which is quite nice. So many Randart body armor that I cannot use. But I already got my best, most interesting thing, most interesting form, which is Dragon form. Yeah, one of the best things that I could have gotten this game, Dragon form or Gold Scales, which funnily enough I did end up getting both. But I ended up going for Dragon form. Cannot use them both. That's not good. I'll be slowed for about half an hour because those raids surrounded me, so I don't want to continue fighting there. Josephine's raids are scarier than Josephina's simulacra. Yeah, I would say that Josephine is more likely to kill you than Josephina. Oh, nice teleport. And I'm slow. Why am I slow? Because I'm surrounded by torpor snails. Okay. Okay, so I'm sure Dragon form does chop off Hydra heads. But at least I had that, so the Hydra stands no chance versus a Golden Dragon, even if the Golden Dragon cannot quite melee the Hydra. Talking about meleeing things, I can probably just stab all of these bears, no problem, because I'm not surrounded. If I was surrounded, this would be a lot more different of a thing. But 1v1, it's no problem. That's not good. Plasma beam. Oh, come on. Terrible blink. You're not gonna hit me for 50. You only have 4 hits. Alright. I was definitely nervous when it came to the Hydra, but fortunately it was not really a problem. Was the thing is that it was a lot of monsters, and I was beating all of them, but the Hydra was the thing at the end that I definitely didn't even think about, because why was there an Hydra in this vault full of bears and wargs and wolves and stuff? The Hydra doesn't go here. This is really strong. Um, I feel so much stronger than if I was, you know, just doing um, a normal Oni Conjurer run. Okay, there's Josephine. All right, that was scary because every time that you're fighting a band of raids, anything else that appears becomes significantly more dangerous since you're slow. And that was a Tyrant Leech, which is one of the strongest things that is currently running around in this level. Not the kind of thing that I wanted to see, but fortunately, the breath weapon is totally carrying this. It really is quite strong. It's making me not regret doing this. The breath weapon. I thought that it was gonna take a lot longer to come back to, but I'm getting it back very quickly. I just have to kill a couple of monsters after whatever I kill with the breath weapon, and then it's already back up. Hmm. 17 shapeshifting. How much do I need for this? 25. I don't think I'm going that high just yet. Eventually, not immediately. Okay, so with 17, I have only 12 armor class. Um, what about my damage output? Plus 8. Maybe I should go to 25. No, it's so expensive. I am probably better off going to 16.2 with unarmed combat. Or maybe even better, maybe I just go for 18 fighting instead and get truly gargantuan amounts of HP. Because keep in mind, Oni, right? Is that an acquire? Wow, 3 acquirements. Let me read this acquirement. And we're gonna get the money. Do we get the money or do we get the ring? The money. The ring is it's okay, but it's not incredible. The elemental stuff. One of the greatest items in the game, but we are in dragon form, so the elemental stuff. Like I mean, if it had been in my first acquirement, I would have been a very happy Oni with dragon form or with gold scales and with the elemental stuff. But that's not the case. I still kind of feel like I should acquire it. I'm gonna get the money instead. And I need to do the decision now because 3 acquirements. Okay, and we get the money again. Okay, now I have copious amounts of money, and I need a shop or 2, or a bazaar, or a caravan to take advantage of this crazy money. Oof. Against all odds, I survived Lur with 17 shape-shifting. Yeah, my HP is gonna go through the roof. I'm gonna, like, it already is through the roof. There's plenty of characters that win the game with less HP than this. Um, my resistances are also not looking half bad because this form gives you fire cold and poison resistance, which is insane. Only need resistance to electricity and some willpower to truly be um, on the other side. Like we're already pretty strong, but we can get so much stronger. Back to the dungeon. Let's do D12 or so. Oh, did I get shafted and I didn't notice, or did I go downstairs in Lair 4? I genuinely don't remember, but I'm like strong enough that this is not a problem. Snorg, I should not be having a terrible time. Yeah, Bread Weapon is effectively just completely wrecked Snorg. And we get +3 Troll Letter from Snorg. Which, yeah, if I wasn't in Dragon form, I would be very happy about that. Dragon form just happens to be better than that. But you know what I should do? Let me on Dragon form, and wear the Snork scales. Snork scales, yeah, Snork scales. And then read Dragon form. So now when I need regen, I can on Dragon form and I have regen. Starburst, giving me a lot of high quality spells that I've not been getting, like Plasma Beam and Starburst. I think I'm gonna pick up Starburst because it's flavorful. Dragon that just emits bursts of fire and also has the breath weapon, right? Flavorful. Potions of heal wounds are so good as an Oni because they actually heal you a good amount of HP. So, oh, Unseen Horror. Oh, Skeletal Warrior as well. Okay, fortunately, losing 100 HP is not terrible. It's not apocalyptic. Why are you being so annoying? You don't even have shield. This guy doesn't have a lot of HP, around 60. So I have no idea why it almost killed me. I should be able to beat this guy no problem, right? Yeah. Now, to be fair, that was one of those nasty late dungeon bolts that make you want to not play this game ever again. So I knew what I was getting into. I know because I'm not done yet. It's a lot larger than you would be led to believe. Um, all right, it's gonna take a while, but I do want to get Starburst going. It's so hard to cast right now. I took off a Ring of Intelligence to put on Willpower. Yeah, so we have some pretty good resistances already. We just need resistance to electricity, and then we are good for the rest of the game. Another Unseen Horror, not a problem. We found the entrance to Orc, so we can fully clear this terrible bolt. See if it actually rewards me with anything. Ogre Mage. It has 8% paralyze. That's not gonna happen. I wish that Dragon form didn't meld everything. Like, you should totally be able to wear a scarf if you're a dragon. Or a cloak. Dragon with cloak. Oh, potion of 3, finally. I think it's a bit too late for a potion of 3, especially because it just gives the same amount of HP that Dragon Form does. But the difference being that Dragon Form has much less armor class. A potion of 3 doesn't have poison resistance, fire resistance, however. Yeah, this is the Giga HP build, where we just have infinite HP. Well, not really infinite. It's actually going down quite a bit. Um, it's kind of crazy how fast it can go down. How fast you can lose 261 HP. Bog. I love that spell. It's one of my favorite spells. It's a Starburst or Bog, because I cannot train both. Both Bog is single school, but I already have training for conjurations. But I would also need to train fire. So Bog is less experience required. Also, what I should be training for is translocations, so I can have manifold, and I just manifold assault my way to victory. Unfortunately, the damage in melee, like it is pretty good. I'm getting 3 exclamation marks here, um, but I'm not getting 3 exclamation marks as often as I was getting them before this rework of Dragon Form, and the previous rework of Dragon Form as well, I suppose. This has been a complicated run so far, but I know it's gonna get pretty funny. Like now that I have Dragon Form, and I have copious amounts of HP, like actually ridiculous amounts of HP, is getting pretty fun. Like I could fight against a single monster that hits me for like 50 every turn, and to be fair, that would be really scary. But I could kill it because I can take multiple 50 damage turns, which is crazy to think about. How many characters can even take 2 turns of 50 damage at this point in the game? And it's only gonna get higher. My HP is only gonna get higher, which is the wildest thing. Okay, 264. I wish I had 2000, but it's 264. You know, I should buy everything. I have infinite money, so I have more money than a Ghost Worshipper would have at this point, so I think I can buy everything. There should be a button to just buy everything. Oh, there is a button to buy everything. Okay, Ekosek gave me a good mutation that is suppressed by Dragon Form. What hit me so hard? Guy with a glaive and an orc high priest getting pain? Is that what happened? Oh no, it was a normal orc priest getting pain. How exactly did I get hit by that? Because I have willpower, don't I? It's pretty weird. Oh, you cannot throw stuff in dragon form. That's not amazing then. It's not going in my favor. Yeah, I've taken a couple of turns of 40 damage, which dangerous, but I'm not dead. Oh, great teleport. Should probably be using the breath weapon a little bit more than I've been using it. Yeah, so far it's going well, but I definitely have a serious problem with the low amount of armor class that I have, and the large amount of damage that I've been taking. That is definitely not cool. Okay, but to be fair, this is a hard orc too. Not the hardest. The hardest is the one with all the giants. But this one's pretty hard as well because it has demons and stuff. I am very disappointed by that shop, and I am also very disappointed by that shop. Okay. What's new? Orc 2 and disappointment when it comes to the shops goes hand in hand. Now the thing is that all those orc warriors are mighty, and so they are capable of dealing large amounts of bursty damage. They're a little bit scary. Back to the dungeon. Big damage, but fortunately we're fine. um, I wonder if I should be training shapeshifting to 25. It's such a crazy thing to say. Like, it's so high. I almost certainly shouldn't because it's ridiculously expensive. The fact that I have it at 17 pre-layer branches already is weird. Or like it feels pretty weird, but I guess that's just how the shapeshifting skill is. So I'm not going to train it to 25. I'm gonna stick to training it after I train my unarmed combat. I'm thinking about training it, or like I'm considering it because it is offense and defense, right? Like it increases my base damage with unarmed combat, and it also increases my armor class. So that's why. I feel like it makes sense, but I also feel like it doesn't make sense because it's crazy expensive, and I probably am doing better by training something else. um, but I do not know. I wonder if this character can do elf before lure branches. Probably not, considering how that fight cost me half of my HP. That was a little bit crazy to think about. I have no idea how exactly I took so much damage, but it happened. Oh, that's a lot of orcs. I shouldn't use immolation when I only have two. If I had more than two, I would totally use immolation here. I think a large amount of the damage that I'm taking is from smite, from these priests smiting me like crazy. Um, I did take a substantial amount of damage there. Well, that's what's gonna happen when I have 12 armor class and no evasion. Yeah, 12-6 defenses are kind of wild. Yeah. Um, it turns out that Dragon Form does chop off Hydra heads, unfortunately. I don't know. I feel like you should be able to like eat the heads or something. See kill on Nessus. Yep. I kind of wish I had regen. Um, yeah, I am definitely looking forward to turning back on shapeshifting. In fact, I think I'm just gonna do it now because it adds a lot of offense and it adds a lot of defense as well, and I kind of want the defense. Is it actually a lot of defense? It's only 6 armor class, but I mean, 6 armor class is 6 armor class. Roxanne. Wizard Ike, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Oni Conjurer, as you can see. And I went Behemoth, and then I found Dragon Form, and I was like, I have to do this. Or for the armor class, or for the HP, I have to do it. And now we found Granite Talisman. So what I could do is switch to the Granite Talisman while I train shapeshifting, or rather while I train unarmed combat. Yes, because Granite Talisman has to be better than Dragon Form. No way it's not better than Dragon Form. For now. I would like to believe that eventually Dragon Form is gonna be better than Statue Form. Granite is better than Dragon in your opinion? Yeah, a Dragon Form is too squishy with compared to damage output. Like because it's never been like a tanky form, right? But it used to actually deal a ton of damage now, and now it still deals okay damage, but it's not. It's a shadow. It pales in comparison to how it used to be. Can I do Elf before Lure Branches on this character? Okay, let's try doing Snake. I think that with statue form, I'm gonna have a fun time in Snake. Yeah, the first thing I see is a Shock Serpent, a good omen. Definitely tells me that I am on the right path with statue form. Oh man, that's 3 Shock Serpents. That's wild. I would have died instantly if I had been in dragon form here. By the way, I do not know why dragon form does not give resistance to electricity when the monster golden dragon does have the resistance. Golden dragon. Yep, look at that. Resistance to electricity right there. But the form that the player gets does not have that. Mysterious. It would be a good buff to Dragon Form. But you know what would be an even better buff to Dragon Form? Just making it work exactly the same it worked before the Talismans thing happened. Um, oh, maybe I would like to be in Dragon Form actually, because I'm sure that Dragon Form cannot be um, constricted. Why am I dying? Why am I taking so much damage here? No, really, why am I dying? Hopefully you find many follow souls way to start to farm Behemoth Magic and Kill. Yeah. Do I already have it? I don't see it here. Alright, pretty good. You know what I would like? An Amulet of Regen. Definitely would enjoy one of those. Um, I don't think I'm gonna be training a shield because Dragon Form. That's what I want to do at the end of the day, more than Statue Form. Ooh, I'm gonna get wrecked by Jorgrun. Or not, I can read a Scroll of Silence, and now you cannot LRD me, but I can still punch you. Beautiful. A Ring of Slaying. A Ring of Slaying. Yeah, you know what? I'll buy it. I'll buy it. In this run, I have found 4 scrolls of acquirement. The first one gave me the dragon form thingy, and the rest went to money. Yeah, they offered me good stuff, but I'm going to go for like the dragon form thing. Um, I think I can buy all of these. Fine. But yeah, I was going to go more magic than I ended up doing. I have lesser beckoning. I should get that, and perhaps I should put that on the quiver. It's a pretty good spell for the purposes of dabbing with statue form. Yep, great addition to the arsenal. Does it not check willpower or any? Does it just happen? Oh man, what a great spell! What a good spell. Genuinely, I am so happy with lesser beckoning. Now many faults. So the statue form is better at 17 shapeshifting skill, right? Like it doesn't get much better with training it. Okay, you do get 11 armor class if you train it to 25. Prime Blight. Is it still bad? Why does it does crazy low damage for a level 7 dual school spell. Um it should do so much more damage from the very beginning. It's level 7. More than 1 armor class per shapeshifting, which is better than most armor. Yeah. How much damage am I doing? 47. And I take it that that 47 doesn't take into account the extra 50%? Is that how it works? Do you have a shield? No shield. Goodbye, Bashnia. Goodbye. Easy peasy. For a second I thought it was the ending, but it's only Snake 2. No idea what Bashnia was doing in Snake 2, but we take it. Luis has an 8% chance to wreck me, so if I get wrecked, I feel perfectly justified being slightly annoyed at the game. You resist with almost no effort. Okay. Okay, it didn't happen. Nice. Luis is a pretty scary monster, you know. Tower Shield plus Banishment is a nasty combination. And she also has some spells that, like, if you don't have to worry about Banishment or the Tower Shield, she can still kill you. What a strong unique. Okay, Necropolis. Great Blink. Blink me as if I had done a controlled Blink. It was that good. You love to see it. Now, Magic Mapping. I only have one. Well, worth it? Oh, come on. It was not worth it. Man, and I feel like if I was a Tiles player, I probably would have spotted that. Or maybe not. No, these are the tiles that look different and I wasn't able to see them, I think. Anyway. Oh boy, that's a lot of ghosts. Probably not worth it. Probably not worth it. Let's see what else we got here. In fact, let's just do this because we can do this. Scroll blinking, a fine hat, one tile of being visible in tiles. I should have just explored a little bit, probably. What do we have here? It's a little bit difficult to deal with. Has a lot of armor class, and it has a lot of support as well. That's the problem. You totally should be able to drink potions of moonshine as a noni for some benefit. They shouldn't be marked as useless for Oni specifically. I'm thinking if it's worth it at all to go in there. Fine hat to replace my +2 hat. That is gonna get melded anyway because I'll be using dragon form later. If I had fire resistance, I would immolate that and just deal with the ghost in a 1v1. Nah, it's probably not worth it to do any of these. I have 8 haste. I could haste and like go in, haste, run for the teleporter, and just like kill things like that. Yeah, we take a substantial cut in armor class for the movement speed, I suppose. Nothing there has electrocution attacks. And also I cannot be constricted by the Guardian Serpent doing its thing, right? So probably does work. Oh, this is not the way. This is the exit. Oh no, my haste potion. How much damage am I doing? 71. Quite a bit. Okay, I'm dying. It's already not worth it. I think I'm gonna circ the ghost, and if we circ this ghost, like we can kill it just fine. The mystic is a little bit scary. Yeah, there we go. So I used a circ, a haste, an ambrosia, and a blink for a brilliance, a box of beasts. A hat that's not terrible, but it's also not really better than what I have. A blinking, so we at least didn't use the blinking. All right. I mean, I should have gone with my initial gut feeling that I shouldn't be doing this. Probably would have been better for me. Okay, now is it worth doing the rest? I don't think I want to fight a 3 ghosts. I'm not fighting 3 ghosts for a potion of heal wounds. All right. These need better loot. Yeah, what's your opinion on that change, Wizard Ike, the Necropolis change? Because it used to be that you had access to whatever resources were in there at any point in the game, right? So if you got something good, you could just wait and come back for it later. But now you don't get to do that. And sometimes you do get good stuff, but it's just too hard, to the point where you cannot do it. So I would say that overall, it feels like a player nerf. If the loot was better, it wouldn't feel so much of a as a player nerf. Hmm. How did your stream go, Wizard Ike? As for me, well, I think this is the second character that I played today. Yeah, the first one had a crown, right? That crown character was pretty cool. I didn't even get to put it on. Um, but if I had gotten to put on the crown, it would have been pretty neat. Crown of Herve Prueba. You're fairly neutral on it. It's not much less good stuff on average. Yeah, because ghost bolts were already not good stuff, probably. Um, this is not looking good for me. Yeah, I would like to believe that things are going quite well now. Um, I wonder if I should switch to dragon form or swamp, or if it's better to stick to what I have. Your stream was good. You got the Iron Room Fist and a 4 Missile Gladiator without entering other room branches. I've never done that one. There's plenty of banners that I've never done. Oh, finally digging. I have 8 mutations. I think we can gamba a little bit. A shield forms around you when casting spells or using invocations. That's so weird. That kind of feels like it should be some kind of species thing, like a species property more than a mutation. Kind of like the poltergeist thing. Okay, that was scary. The character then found Sniper, which was fun for the rest of Extended, but didn't go that well with the heavy armor you had. Yeah, like it was probably taking you forever to shoot a single bolt, right? That doesn't sound good at all. I have never once used Sniper in all of my time playing Crawl. I would like to use it one of these days. It just feels like every time I find it, I'm not really going for launchers. But maybe I should start considering it as a thing to force a pivot. Like, oh yeah, you found sniper, now you're a launchers character kind of thing. Right. How many fold assault yet? Oh, why? Why? That's a lot of high-level enemies for not being in the room bolt. Okay, 21 shapeshifting. Ah, buys electric charge. I was just looking at my spell list for buys electric charge because I was thinking that it could be a funny thing to use. Okay, 15 6 defenses. They're so bad. They're really bad defenses. And no resistance to electricity, but I get 300 HP. Can I do elf? I guess I can try a little bit of elf, and then if it starts not going well, I could go somewhere else. I don't know what kind of loot I would like to get from this place, to be perfectly honest. Enemy death resistance, 78 damage rating, base 22 plus 16 on armed combat. But yeah, my base damage is starting to go up a decent amount. Oh no, there's too many things here. I'm already regretting this decision. Zero point 0.3 attack delay penalty with the plus 15 plate you found, which isn't that bad on sniper, especially with finesse. On my previous character, or was it on this one? Yeah, on this one we found plus 10 plates of cold resistance. I found it so early in the game, and I definitely felt like, oh, look at that, a classic character select screen error. Yeah, but then I got gold skills and I ended up not using them anyway, so whatever. I have them in a shop. They cost 2K, but I haven't gone back and bought them, and I probably won't. I kind of feel like I should be in statue form for a little bit to compare the differences. Maybe statue form is better, for all I know. It might legit just be better. Oh yeah. I'm not fighting that many things, but it does feel better. Maybe I should have gone Okawaru because unarmed combat. But when I picked Behumet, I didn't know that I was gonna be taking the character down this path. I thought that I was legit gonna be playing a mage. but I'm not really playing a mage at all, as you can see. Okay, so as long as I don't fight too many things at the same time, and as long as I'm not in dragon form, this seems to be going just fine. I don't know what kind of character dragon form is for, with the way that it is now. It is nerfed, but it is not nerfed to the ground. Like, it is usable, but I cannot help but feel that it is weaker than statue form. Like if I had gotten statue form earlier instead of dragon form, I would have had a much easier early game. Because even with dragon form, I was still having um, some sketchy situations, even in Lure, which is kind of crazy. It may have been the result of me training for statue form too early in the game, to be perfectly fair. But I don't know. You need the plus 11 gold dragon scales with extra fire and cold resistance that you were wearing for a lot of your game. Yes, yes, I would definitely be very happy having some of those. And for all I know, I may have them, but I need to buy them. They cost 2k, and I wasn't really too hyped to commit 2k towards that. Not having resistances really hurts. Um, Heart of the Alchemist would make me immediately toss my dragon form into the ground. Like I would never pick it up if I find a Heart of the Alchemist. Polished scarf. It could be a scarf of resistance. It's only for 400. Let's see what we get. It's repulsion. It's so bad. It's extremely bad. Okay. What's my chance to get wrecked by a sorcerer? 6%. Okay. Maybe cats would use dragon form as they can't use shields, but you'd think you'd still rather have statue. Yeah, I understand, and I agree. But I do not know for sure because cats. Um, I think that the best choice when it comes to a cat is just not playing a cat. I have not played cats since before they lost their movement speed. Um, I bet they are pretty bad now because the movement speed was like the one redeeming quality they had. They were oddly resilient thanks to that movement speed. It was so easy to just not die. Um, am I getting LRD'd? I am getting LRD'd. Why is it casting a spell next to me and not casting a spell at me? Is it because it would hurt its allies? That's a lot of Sorks. This is scary. Um, really? 42 damage? That's crazy. In one turn through the resistance. These guys do not care about the resistance to corrosion. They just still hit you really hard. Firestorm, Chain Lightning, and Ignition, but no Manifold Assault for me. I feel like I'm about to get Crystal Speared for 100 damage. Um, yeah, it's 3 dice of 40. Doesn't show here, but it is 3 dice of 40 Crystal Spear. I can use a Scroll of Silence. Perhaps I should have done that a while ago. Um, yeah, Attraction is what I need. Okay, it is impressive how quickly how quickly the fight turns around if I use silence there. Should have done that from the very beginning. Late Master. Got a pretty decent ring, you know. I may be interested in putting that on. I is it better than slaying? It's probably not better than slaying. Okay. Classic kill hole strat. Now that it got re-added to the game, might as well put it to use. Does 10 battle axe. Not bad, but the slow is not good. We finally have an Amulet of Regen. For me, minus Tele is very often a property that just kills whatever item it is on. Like the item needs to be really crazy good for minus Tele to be worth it. Or you need to be a Formicid. Like for example, Maxwell's patent armor would be the kind of quality that you need to have on an item to be worth using if it has minus Tele. Because minus Tele is a pretty scary thing. Don't banish me. I mean, you shouldn't banish me. I'm gonna have to punch this guy. I'm getting... Oh no, I'm getting slowed. That's fine. That's not fine. Such a shame that the Tsitsi Metal was in front of the summoner. I had to punch the Tsitsi Metal before punching the summoner. Toxic Radiance a bit too late. Irradiate. Still no Manifold, right? Nope, still no Manifold. I have plenty of experience of Vokables, but I don't think I care too much. Alright. Okay. I mean, that was fine. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't that bad. Could have been a lot worse. Also, I have some real armor class now. Let's try switching for a short period of time to Dragon form. See how that goes. We have 316 HP and 16 armor class, an 82 damage rating. Base 24. Probably better off. Probably better off. Statue form. Probably better off in statue form. Let's do a little bit of swamp in dragon form. See what happens. I'm gonna encounter a Nidra and immediately regret it. Okay. I do so much damage in melee. Okay. I'm glad that I decided to go snake instead of swamp, because Mliaglotl was camping the stairs here. Not that it was too dangerous, I could just have immediately gotten out, but 84. Oh, yeah, I guess this guy just does crazy damage. Crazy juggernaut akin damage. How much stronger would golden dragons be if golden dragons had the breath weapon that dragon form has now? Like, that's some serpent of hell stuff right here. I feel like they would be pretty scary, like significantly scarier than they are now. Fortress Talisman, that could be interesting. The perfect intertwining um, of my shape shifting and the possibility of wearing that gold scales that I found earlier. Should I go buy them? Let's see what they have. They cost 2k, but I have more than 3k, so I don't think it's a problem. +0. I knew it. I knew it. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. They would be incredible if I could enchant them, but they're +0. I knew it. They would be +0, and that's why I didn't buy them. I was like, okay, I could get the 2k because at that point I didn't have them. I was like, I could get them, and I could buy this thing, and I could be disappointed by it, but with the dragon form amulet that I already have, um, I know what I'm gonna get, right? And I don't have to spend 2k for it, so I guess it's fine. And I went for the dragon form, and I did the correct decision because that's +0 gold skills. It's really good, to be perfectly fair. Yeah, that would be great for a dwarf. It's like you only really need this to win the game, but it's +0. If it wasn't +0, if it was like +5 at least, would be a lot better. Like it would be incredible. But +0, nah. I'm so close to switching back to statue form. I feel like I do more damage in dragon form, and I probably do because I'm not slowed. Um, but I am also so much more fragile. Anyway, 300 HP character on experience level 19. You're not gonna see that very frequently. I thought dragons were too large to be constricted, but I guess they are too large to be constricted by Nagas, right? I guess that shambling mangroves with their ability can still constrict dragons with the roots. A manual of earth magic. I would have been happy to have that in an older version, but I already have statue form, so I don't really care about that. I think it would be cool if statue form still scaled in some way with earth magic. Yeah, it doesn't do it. It doesn't do it at all. I think it's another gold acquirement. Wow, this character has found 5 acquirements. Um, okay, it's not one of those characters that has found more acquirements than blinking, at least. Um, it's found like 6 or 7 blinkings and 5 acquirements. And from those acquirements, only the first one went towards an item. The rest went to money. Oh, that's a mighty bungee. I'm about to explode. Um, oh, I one-shotted it. How much damage does that do? 3 dice of 26 times 2, and then the poison breath. Okay, no, that's a lot of damage. 6 dice of 26. Pretty insane. Okay, momentary switch back to a statue form for the possibility of fighting large amounts of hydras here, because it's the final level of swamp after all. Should I go back to dragon form because freezing vapors? I'm one-shotting things so good. it does so much damage. 84 damage rating. Does the damage scale with fighting? It does scale with fighting a little bit. Okay, it's not. It's an ending with simulacra, so I don't have to worry about Hydra heads. And in fact, I think that the cold resistance is more valuable than the armor class. Also, the fast actions and stuff compared to statue form. Okay, I should probably rest. I'm taking on a bit too much, a bit too quickly. Yeah, that's not the kind of thing that you want to see when you're at such low percentage of HP. But I can probably kill it with this. Yeah, I should have done that from the very beginning. Okay, rune number 2. Time to go to 2 bolts, I suppose. And for bolts, we are gonna have statue form on. I think that if I try to be in dragon form in bolts, I'm gonna be very sad. Um, but before that, let me actually give this a try. Grab form, and we wear gold scales. 31 armor class, 0 evasion. That's pretty funny. 31 armor class, 0 evasion. So much HP, wow. In dragon form, yeah, you have so much HP in dragon form. Um, let's be in statue form. The thing is that I am a troll with 21 fighting, or like not a troll, a noni with 21 fighting, experience level 20. So that already gives me crazy HP. But on top of that, I have 50% more because dragon form. Um, so yeah, pretty funny. I wonder what change between the first iteration of these guys and now. Is it the bolas spell that they didn't have before and now they have? Minus move is a pretty scary thing, to be perfectly fair. It's the kind of thing that could kill you on its own if you do not have the opportunity um to properly retaliate or to prepare for it. Attraction. Maybe I shouldn't have used attraction on my first band of Yactors. Or maybe I should have, because the first band of Yoctors is probably gonna be the hardest band of Yoctors, right? You can enchant yourself a tower shield if you wanted to, unless I'm saving them for gold skills. I really wanted to go for dragon form only, but it's so fragile. It's really feeling like a bad idea to go for dragon form. I should probably enchant tower shields. You're right. I have copious amounts of enchant armor. I can grab any tower shields. I have some protection, cold resistance. Um, yeah, I'm probably going for cold resistance. In fact, cold resistance would be good here. Yeah, I guess I'm going for the tower shield of cold resistance. Should I be wearing that scarf of repulsion actually instead of the cloak for for bolt's purposes? How bad does that mess up my attack speed? 1.5, 1.3. It's not very good. Maybe I do train it, but I don't have it on immediately. Um, a bit too late into the game to be getting quill talismans, even if they're artifact quill talismans. Remember, I have willpower, so I have a decent chunk of things to fear, but not things that hex me. Also, it seems that these monsters that are like freezing monsters, these cold monsters, are not getting through my 37 armor class fast enough to deal damage to me, so we're fine. Okay. Oh, wow, okay. The first item, Battle Axe of Speed, plus 10. That's crazy. Yeah, that's the kind of item that if you're not sure what you're doing, now you're an Axis character. no matter what. Unless you cannot wield it. I have 15 mutations. You know what? Oh, fire resistance. Ah, it doesn't do anything in statue form. What I want is claws, really. I think I can keep gambaing. Um, yeah, I want claws. I'll stop at 10. Um, oh boy. Okay, we got resistance to electricity and regen. Um, so now some of my concerns from using dragon form are no more. Yeah, now I have resistance to electricity in dragon form. I kind of want to try this for a little bit, see how it goes. Marjorie with storm scales. Unfortunately for all of these guys, I am a bit too strong for them. I hit just a little bit too hard. Seismosaurus Egg, what is that? It's a low level spell, so it's probably not gonna be too exciting. Oh, it's not so low level. I thought that it was gonna be lower than 4. Hmm. Oh, it has Shatter. Not bad. Spell power increases the X durability and the strength of the Seismosaur within, but not the time it takes to hatch. Cool stuff. Body's had a good robe, but at the end of the day, it is still a robe, right? There's a limit to how good a robe can be. Um, wow, that's nasty. And then I remember that I have Lesser Beckoning on the quiver. Shtawa. I should not have a hard time dealing with Shtawa, right? Shtawa got buffed. Now Shtawa does a lot of damage. But yeah, in the Battle of Dragons, I think I win. Precisely because this time I remember the paralysis and I have willpower, so yep. Better luck next time, Shtawa. Still no manifold, right? Slain -6. that hat's not good. Why exactly is your hat not good, Wiglaf? Okay, that was pretty scary. There's a large amount of stuff happening at the same time. How many? Oh, I have 2 sources of regen because I got the mutation and I got the amulet. Feels pretty good to have so much regen. I really am having a hard time determining which is better between statue form and dragon form for here. Like the factor that was tipping the scales in favor of statue form was the resistance to electricity. But since I got that from a mutation, I don't have to fear getting thunder hooked anymore, right? Um, okay, we have to go upstairs before we are trapped in there with Norris. For Norris, I think that it makes sense to be in statue form for Norris. I think it's better than dragon form because Norris is not doing anything elemental. Oh, I got marked. That may not be good. That might be pretty bad. Oh, wow, man, the damage output of this thing is insane. It's not only the damage output, it's also like the breath weapon. The breath weapon dealt crazy damage to Norris. Also got big poison, and then I just punched Norris 3 times, and that got the job done. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Surely I can deal with it. Okay, things are pretty bad. This demonologist is almost dead. There is no way it doesn't die. It has repel missiles. Why does it have repel missiles? Since when do you have repel missiles? Oh, it must be like some Polter Guardian stuff. Would be great if you died this turn. Like actually incredible if it died this turn, because otherwise I might die this turn. 100% to hit. Oh, but that's Lethal Reckoning. 60% to hit. Okay, I went for drinking. Drinking killed the demonologist. That's pretty good. In order to recharge the breath weapon, I need to be in dragon form, right? Um, so many things here. Hmm. So let's see if I didn't have repel missiles. Well, to be fair, there's only so much that repel missiles can do with 7 evasion, right? Can I please rest? Okay, I would like to attribute that victory in that ridiculous fight to my 2 sources of regen. Without them, I think I would have died. Really intense bolts 3. Did I think I was gonna die there? I think that there was a very real possibility of getting killed when the demonologist had an executioner punching me. Executioners happen to be one of the greatest weaknesses of what I'm doing, because low armor class and they have high damage output and high amounts of attacks per turn. Um, yeah, easily quite scary. I should be using the breath weapon more than I'm using it. It recharges really fast and it is very powerful. I'm treating it like an experience evocable when it recharges a lot faster than experience evocables do. Okay, bodies round 2. We should not have a hard time dealing with bodies. Do you have enough health? No. Believe it or not, as high as it is, it drops pretty quickly as well. Now, if I had this health, but with like 30 armor class, it would be a whole different thing. Disperse, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. I might play the crawl tournament next month. Like not the crawl tournament, the NetHack tournament next month, which is something that I've not done in years. I might do it. And once again, this is my acquirement number 6 in this game, and it's money. 5 out of 6 times it's been money. Yeah, I do NetHack. I have not done it in so many years, probably a decade at this point. Um, yeah, my objective in the crawl tournament is winning exactly one run. At most one run. I'll try to win one run, and and yeah, I hope I have a good time with it because I haven't done it in years. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna throw everything at Jody. All right, really good. Jody didn't try to crystal spear me there. Um, New variant by Anti-Gulp. NetHack has so many forks. Well, do they still not use GitHub? Because they totally should use GitHub. Not that I know about anything when it comes to programming, but it just like from what I know of GitHub is just a better way to structure those things. Um, I could use a storm talisman that I have. Um, plus 24 unarmed combat base damage and 12 armor class and 20 evasion. But it melts all weapons and armor. Um, it gives good evasion. It gives less armor class, more evasion, and more damage output than Dragon Form. Is that how it works now? Yeah, it gives more armor, more damage than Dragon Form does, but it doesn't give the Breath Weapon. But the Blink Bolt does some insane damage. Um, this could be scary. I'm amazed that went so well. I only lost like 90 HP. Uh, Will Tarquin, you said do you have enough health? Yeah, 90 HP in that one fight, and like of course the um the percentage bar didn't really go that low, but it was still 90 HP. So I do need the extra HP. The more the better. Yeah, having over 300 is pretty nice. I'll have over or if I don't already have over 300, I'll have over 300 in statue form, which is probably what I'm gonna be going for since I've been training some shields, and I cannot use a shield in dragon form. Um, yeah, this gives only 30% extra HP instead of 50%, like dragon form does. But on the other hand, it gives access to a shield and a better and a weapon if you're using a weapon. Um, it doesn't melt your entire armor. Yeah, a statue form is just the defensive alternative to dragon form. Dragon form is crazy damage, pretty much. Statue form is more balanced. It's still better damage than not being in a form, um, with some upsides and downsides, I suppose. Okay, that's bolt 4. Let's try being in statue form for a little bit. Let's put on this tower shield. Yeah, 318 HP in statue form, not bad. Attack delay is not very good. Yeah, I think it might be time to just go to 22 on armed combat to help that attack delay a little bit. Okay, so that's bolts and the lure branches. I guess let's go do a little bit of depth. We're approaching the end. Um, this persevere still here. The main thing that I would be interested in learning when it comes to the variants of NetHack is, are they shorter than the normal experience? Because I might want something that's shorter than the normal experience. I definitely don't want something like Slash M, which is significantly longer. I feel like the game already goes on for long enough as it is. This game, a good run ends in like 4 hours, and I feel like that's pushing it a little bit. If there was a variant that had the duration of a Rift Wizard run, like 2 hours or so, that would be the best for me. But I don't know if NetHack is the kind of game that can do that like at all. Back in the day when I was like winning runs of NetHack left and right, my runs were taking many hours. I wish I had my Dragon Form breath weapon there, but on the other hand, I feel like if I had been in Dragon Form, that I would have completely exploded. What a great run! I cannot remember the last time I played an unarmed combat Oni or Ogre, if I ever did. Surely I did at some point, just like Dragon Form Ogre, because it has incredible amounts of HP that no other character can acquire, not even trolls. Well, I mean, technically trolls can, but they are not gonna have it at the point in the game where you have it as an Ogre or Oni. This is inconvenient. I'm not liking this a lot. They're only normal elephants. How scary can they be? Yeah, the thing is that those things that are not really that scary just like half my HP, and now the scary things are coming. That's the thing. I think I'm gonna read a tele here. Okay, bad tele. Let's do it again. Fortunately, I have a lot of them and enough HP to not really need tele immediately. Also, I landed in a good spot. That too has a good amount to do with the fact that I wasn't in immediate danger there. Because surely that bolt didn't have a good spot. Like surely that bolt had a spot where, like, if I had landed, I would have been in immediate deadly peril. Um, it's not looking good. I do not like this Tengu River. could be an omen of Sojobo, and I could have a bad time dealing with Sojobo. Baisushen. Okay. I feel like I should fight Baisushen in Dragon form. Oh no, we do not want to have anything to do with this. I'm going to read a tele here. What kind of death trap did I run into? Well, I'm not gonna die because I'm pretty tanky like that, but yeah. Also, why did I go downstairs? I should just finish this level. What compelled me to go downstairs? Did I get shafted? I didn't notice? No, I just went down for some reason. To be fair, this level is pretty scary. It's pretty open depths level. It's also depths 1, which, yeah, always nasty level to go into. Always a nasty level. Ah, this is the death trap. But the thing is that if I have this corridor, it's a lot more manageable. Also, Smite Book is not really dangerous when you have 330 max HP. Same goes for the Petrify Book when you are a statue. Feels good. Alright, so far I haven't taken copious amounts of damage as a result of me not having fire resistance, but I know that will not stay the case. I am completely aware of that. Also, this is my last charge of digging. I was using it a bit too much. Now I'm out of digging. These things are pretty scary. Let me kill this one, because that one is mighty instead of just being hasted. And kill the shaman. Then I'm not liking this because I'm surrounded. The thing is that if I was not surrounded, that would be a lot easier to deal with. Okay, I think we are reading a tele. Okay, could have landed me in a really nasty spot, but fortunately it didn't do it. And if I had landed in a nasty spot, I don't know if I would have been able to survive it. This game's pretty exciting once you get to the late game. The more the game goes on, the better it gets. Like I genuinely believe that the early game is the worst part because it's so random and it's so volatile. Like you can easily just lose or run to uh, so many things that are really beyond your control. That you have to play around the possibility of things happening. You cannot just react to things happening in the early game. Whereas the more the game goes on, the more that becomes a possibility to the point where in the late game you just have access to everything that you need to play around, whatever you need to play around, and the game becomes really good at this point. It still can definitely screw you over, but it's so much less likely that a character at this point in the game gets robbed compared to a character in the early game. Characters in the early game get robbed all the time. I feel like if Crawl was just like the last 2 hours, I would enjoy it a lot more nowadays. Yeah, I should probably train a little bit of evocations, not gonna lie. But this game has been very hungry in training stuff. I've trained fighting, shields, unarmed combat, and shapeshifting to very high levels, and that has prevented me from training other things. Not to mention that Oni do not really have a lot of skill for Or like they don't have good aptitude for evocations. Okay, I should not have a bad time versus you. You have 10% chance to paralyze. Please don't. Okay, thank you. What about these Sphinxes? 5% to Hex. Okay, and nothing too bad. A lot of things that paralyze here. Straight up, just a lot of things that paralyze. Oh, finally, I got paralyzed there. For 2 turns, and I took 20. And I took almost no damage thanks to the copious amounts of armor class that statue form offers me. If I didn't have that, I would have totally taken a ton of damage. In dragon form, I probably would have died from those 2 turns. Well, maybe not because I'm not really surrounded by crazy things, but it would have still hurt a lot. Why is that heal wound so expensive? I mean, I'll buy it because what else am I going to spend all this money on? And I have a lot of money, and nothing to really buy, so whatever. Okay, we found gold skills. We could totally go for craft form gold skills now, but what I should do is just enchant this tower shield because I think that's what I'm gonna be using for the rest of the game. There we go. Fully enchanted tower shield of cold resistance. Now, if I got a source of fire resistance, that would be quite nice. Or more like 2 or 3 sources, considering that we are about to get to Sot. Um, well, not quite. I still need to get a third rune, but I can just go to Slime and get it from there or something. Clearance sale. Okay. Um, why is the condenser vein grayed out? Wouldn't it give my condenser vein more enchantment? Yeah. That clearance sale shop is so funny. I think it can only spawn in depths 4. And it sells good stuff for super cheap. I got marked. Better reposition. Yeah, it's in situations like this that I really wish I had the Dragon Form Breath weapon. It would deal with these guys super easily. It does so much damage, it's insane. Another acquirement. Okay, I think that we have gotten officially to the point where I have found more acquirements than blinkings. Yeah, I think I found 6 or 7 blinkings and I found 7 acquirements. So we are either tied or I have found more acquirements than blinkings. Oh, Talisman of Death. Oh, it requires 26 skill. Why? And it doesn't meld anything. Wow, my armor class would go to the floor, so I shouldn't. Yeah, okay. It's not an item for me. I don't know who that item is for. Because it's a big talisman's skill item that requires you to have armor. So I don't know, it seems pretty anti-synergistic to me. Um, with the other forms melding your stuff, um, most of the other high-level forms meld your stuff. Like the only one that I can think of that also would require you, or not require you, but benefit you from having armor is the graph form, right? And I guess the vampire form as well. Yeah, I guess those two. but still 26 shape shifting to make use of it with no penalties. Yeah, maybe if I had gone for the gold skills. Too late for that. I need to get a third room from somewhere so we can get this over with. Where are we getting the third room, slime? Yeah, why am I even asking the slime? I'm wearing the resistance to corrosion, right? In this tournament, I have already beaten Dissolution. In case you were wondering, not really doing any unique hunting this tournament. But that's one of the rarest ones because it only spawns here. And I've already gotten rid of it. Okay, I'm not getting engulfed because the boy deuces, I guess they cannot do any damage to me with the engulfing. Oh no, I am getting engulfed, but it's grayed out because it should still prevent you from like reading scrolls and casting spells, right? Um, but it's not a problem. I hope I don't get malmutated, because I don't want to lose my regen. Yeah, and my resistance to electricity is nice as well. Um, no, my regen and subdued magic, but it's been a while since I've cast a spell, so whatever. Really, immediate golden eye confusion, 1%. Sure, at least it's not a dangerous situation to be on the receiving end of that. My regen. I have 12 mutation. I can drink some after I'm done here. The horns on your head grow some more. That's reasonably dangerous. That's a bad mutation. Despite it being labeled as a good mutation, it's actually a bad mutation. It's totally a bad mutation, I should say. Okay, I have found more acquirement than blinking. Officially, I found more acquirement than blinking. That's crazy. Might and haste. I should really torment Emo. Yeah, we have the resistance to torment, so we can do a little bit of torment Emo. Oh, but I shouldn't torment Emo with no fire resistance. I guess it's fine. Can torment Emo, then jump away. Then I don't have a good way to deal this damage. Oh, it's the Hat of the Alchemist? Oh boy, okay. Okay, the Horns mutation just became exponentially more dangerous. Yeah, okay, that is a wrong winner right there. I'm very happy to have the Hat of the Alchemist. I can take off the Ring of Willpower and put on this Ring of Fire Resistance that I've been carrying for a while. And yeah, that fixes all my resistances problems. What an item. That's the greatest item in the game. The Hat of the Alchemist. Easily the strongest headgear in the whole game because it just does so much for you. All right. Just punched the royal jelly a little bit after the tournament, and that got the job done. More shields. More shields. I'm hitting pretty fast, 0.7. It should be 0.6, but I'm getting the shield, right? But it's still pretty fast. What is this? The Bowder's trap. Okay, it curve outs you. That's not good. I'm thinking that I should probably read a tele. All right, good tele. That reminds me. Earlier in the game, I was offered um the elemental staff, and I didn't take it because I was already going to go for forms, right? For dragon form, I thought that I was going to go. But it turns out that we are going for statue form instead of dragon form. Did I not get the? Oh no, there it is. Yeah, the gem, the gem. That's not a bad ring. Very simple, but it is not bad. Ah, manual of shapeshifting. I guess we can grab that. Manual of spellcasting. Riddle talisman. Oh, it's one of the high-level ones. What does it say? Sphinx. Locum barding. Attacks cause powerful wings to strike their foe, which do increase damage for each. Whoever is open space next to them. Masterful Chanters. Casting hexes. Ignoring a portion of willpower. Cool. The love of riddles is so compulsive that even the most hardened adventurer will be unable to resist posing them to new foes they encounter. No matter how unwise this may be, that sounds like it loses you turns. Or if it just makes noise, like that doesn't matter. But if it loses you turns, it's a big deal. That's like really bad. Um, Sounds cool. You have to wear a barding and a cloak, but it's a bit too late in the game for that. Um, okay, yep, that's crazy amounts of acquirement in one game, in a 3-rune game. Let me put on the ultimate item. Huge, 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 massive. Yeah, those are some resistances, all right, and some defenses. Oh, this is looking great. This SOT is gonna be so easy. I'm so glad that I came here because I got to find the best item. Um, Yeah, it's so cool how much stronger the character immediately became. Like now it's wild. Um, I don't have any interesting cloaks other than maybe that embroidered cloak. Maybe that would have been my resistance to or my willpower, and I wouldn't have needed the ring of willpower, but it's fine now because I have the hat of the alchemist, and that's all the willpower that I need. Um, I still only have one digging. If I teleport, it's gonna take a while. Where did all these protean progenitors came from? They're pretty scary. Yeah, I'm just taking grotesque amounts of damage. Nice sought entrance. Why is this level so dense with monsters? Changing room. Wonder what that's gonna have. Why exactly am I getting so destroyed here? What's going on? What's going on? Like this is unusual, to say the least. Take it that doesn't check willpower. No, it doesn't. That was really scary. Like all of that was really scary. Um, I cannot believe that I just started having these difficulties after equipping the Hat of the Alchemist. That's pretty strange. Why are you stepping on the mutagenic folk? They not care? Is it blinking into it? Where did that come from? No, really, where did this tentacled monstrosity come from? Oh, the power of sword is invoked against you. So I thought that I was not, within line of sight of the thing, but I guess this doesn't block it. What a wild start to Sot. Certainly not what I wanted. At least I do so much damage with my melee that I can, I can be fighting at 100 HP or less, and I feel like I can win it this setup because I'm not taking as much damage from these guys as I am. Like I'm killing them pretty fast in comparison to how much damage they're dealing. Pretty much what I'm trying to say. Can I please? Okay. Now to play it safe, I'm gonna drink an ambrosia here. Yeah, look at those heals. Oof. Okay, there we go. Now we're fine. Oh, what an intense situation that was. I should probably drink these potions of. Yeah, drink some mutation. Really drink that potion of mutation while resistant to mutation. A robust. I'll take that. Now I have 390 HP on statue form. Soon to be more than that, because I also can continue training fighting, and I fully intend to do so. I actually don't want to go up those stairs. There's too many things in there. Do they now come in pairs, these Protean progenitors? Or have they always come in pairs and I just didn't know? Yep, not afraid of Kirstos at all. Um, some characters should be afraid of Kirstos, but certainly not statue form characters. But Kirstos and Draconian Scorchers are another thing. Funnily enough, the Kirsto tormented everything to the point where they're like almost about to die. Um, if I had Toxic Radiance and Ignite Poison, I could definitely take advantage of that weakness, but I'm not at that point. And I'm also myself low enough to the point where if I wanted to Attraction, I don't think it would go very well for me. I still kind of want to do it. Because if I Attraction, I'm not getting Damnation by the Scorcher, which is the thing that's most likely to kill me now. Um, okay, I use the Oni mechanic where they can hit everyone around them for free whenever they drink a potion to um to get rid of all of those guys after attacking them. That's why I use attraction. Um, it did cost me plenty of heal wounds, but that was a good uh sequence of plays, I would like to believe. Yeah, I have to get rid of the SOT 1 mess because I will go through SOT 1 at some point, and I would rather have it not be as painful as it's been. Okay, I would like to not be constricted anymore, thank you. Yes, okay, good. The curse though is all the way back, and it is protected by things that are immune to torment, so this is actually kind of scary. Yeah, a little bit scary. Okay, those tentacle monstrosities completely terrifying in combination with the Annihilator. I really thought I was gonna get Crystal Spear there. Okay, that guy really doesn't want to be next to me. I blink or I lesser beckoning, and the guy immediately blinks to full screen. I take it that they have they must have blink away. Oh no, they just have blink. It was just getting that lucky to always be blinking away from me. Oh man, so many shifters. Like, what kind of ridiculous entry bolt did I get? Yeah, it was some ridiculous entry bolt that, like, very reminiscent of Bolts 5. Um, is a kind of thing that prevents me from, or like doesn't prevent me, but like makes me not want to do Bolts 5 because you're surrounded by monsters and it is very stressful and it is too much for any character to handle, no matter how busted they are. It's just very annoying in general. Um, Purple Draconians are the worst. Hate Purple Draconians so much. I need a corridor. And I hate this part. Or this entrance ball to SOT 1. Like, what is going on? Who thought that spamming you with SOT enemies in the first level of SOT was a good idea? This is worse than SOT 5. Easily worse than SOT 5. And the worst part is that I cannot skip it because it's SOT 1. If I go down, I will eventually come back up, maybe with the orb, and be stuck dealing with this trash. So yeah, it's not good. Shifters are the worst. This is super messed up. Okay. Somehow I survived all of that. It did completely annihilate my consumable stockpile. You know, I had like 10 haste and 7 blinking, uh, and well, I didn't have 10. I had like 9, so or 8. Um, yeah, no heal wounds as well. 1 curing, 0 heal wounds. Oh man, that was so bad. That was so bad. Oh, Berserking Bungeeps, delightful. I'm fragile in front of Berserking. Why? Why, man? Those guys suck, the Protean progenitors. I do not like them because they create this kind of situation. Yeah, normal sword enemies, whatever. Protean progenitors, I don't like them. Uh-oh, that's not good. How quickly can things go down the drain here? Okay, for a second I thought that the a monk was gonna be re-berserked. Okay, finally a normal fire. Something normal and easy in this hellish Sot one. Um, Dude, it's wild that seeing an orb of fire is making in SOT 1, seeing an orb of fire is making me feel relief because it's not insane amounts of enemies in the open at the same time. You know what? I think that I've had my fill of SOT doing that hellish SOT 1. I'm just gonna skip the rest. As much as I can, I'm gonna skip the rest. Need to protect my consumables. Um, you know what? Maybe I should. Or well, I was going to kill that, but it walked away. Kill that before it berserks everyone. Well, I tried. I tried. Game said no, but I did try to kill it before it berserked everyone. Draconian shifters are so nasty. Yeah, I was just thinking about how plenty of the situations that we encountered ourselves in SOD 1 were the direct result of Draconian shifters just blinking stuff around, including me and the enemies, just like Irma surrounding me with enemies. Dude, it's crazy how multiple killer clowns, I can tap them no problem. Orbs of fire as well, yeah, it's fine. But draconians, no, we cannot tap draconians. It's wild, like that is insane. I do not comprehend what happened there, but it very clearly happened. A lupine talisman. Oh, why does it give you minus willpower? Who would use that? It gives you clause 3, but it still gives you minus willpower. Such a specific item because of the minus willpower thing. Yep. Can tap 4 Orb Guardians at the same time, but I cannot tap a Draconian Band. Minus Potion. That's inconvenient. I do not like this. Okay, have potions again. Yeah, it would be a good time to drink heal wounds if I had one. I do have ambrosia at least. Okay, we're almost done. You guys excited? We're almost done. I know I am excited. Especially after that sud one. That sud one soured the mood pretty much. Was a good mood. Then that sud one happened. I insist that sud one was harder than sud 5. You cannot look at this sud 5 and tell me, oh no, that this sud 5 is harder than that sud one. No, definitely, easily harder than sud 1. Or like easily harder than sud 5. That sud 1 was disgusting. And the worst part is that I was forced to do it. If it was like an optional thing, that was fine. But that was super not optional. Excuse me? Can you please stop hitting me with 79 and then 121 damage crystal spears? That would have killed most characters, but fortunately this is not most character. And now 37. Okay, it's gotten to the point where I kind of feel like I need to silence this guy, because otherwise there's a very real possibility of that happening again. Okay, this guy's unkillable. There we go. Cannot catch a break. No butterflies. Butterflies would have been a pretty good thing to have here. Why is ruin? A sign of ruin enfeebles you when you suffer attacks. Why do I have 2 dexterity? I guess I do have a -4 dexterity item equipped. Maybe that's why I was having such a bad time in SOT. Because I have 2 dexterity. It's too much of a traffic jam. Um, Now we're close to an exit. Run! Just in case you're wondering, I could have killed everything there, no problem. But the thing is that if you kill everything there, you're just buying time for stronger things to spawn that you may not be able to kill, whether it is because you're weakened from the fight or just because they're that strong. So yeah. I have not explored these stairs. As always, a bad omen. When you see unexplored stairs in depths. Yeah, I would have totally been dropped in a death trap there. Absolutely. How many runes? 3. Who would get more than that? Torment. Double Torment. Iron Shot. The Iron Shot dealt 80, so that was a pretty bad Iron Shot. Fortunately, I have copious amounts of regen. Actually, I only have 1 source of regen, but I have so much regen that it's fine. Okay, bodies. I was on the stairs. There we go. It is over. It is done. Let's go. Get out of here. I have escaped. All right. Pretty good. I went Behemoth and I didn't cast a lot of spells. It was effectively an atheist, Tony. I was not going to do that. I was going to actually cast the spells, but that's not how the character went. Um, yeah, another win for the tournament. Another win of a NEM's choice. I think every character that I've won in this tournament has been a NEM's choice. Um, yeah, that was fun. Until SOT 1. That was not fun. And then the rest of SOT was okay. Like, genuinely, SOT 5 was easier than the SOT 1. The SOT 1 was ridiculously hard. Like, why? Why exactly was that a thing? Who thought that was a good idea? That SOT 1. The worst part is that it didn't even look like a vault, but it was just full of monsters. I don't know if I got bad level generation or what, but was not good at all. Very, very annoying. And anyway, that is it for today. There will be more tomorrow or something. What was the third one? You can look at the both, probably like the last half an hour, and you will see it was super nasty. I don't know. It didn't look like a level white vault or something, but it was just so many monsters. Um, Easier for you to look at it than for me to describe it. So yeah, now it is time for me to end stream. Thank you for everything, everyone. Thank you for the rates. I appreciate them. I will come back at a later date, yet to be determined, most likely tomorrow. But if Crawl doesn't want me to play Crawl tomorrow, then I won't play Crawl tomorrow. I have learned that's just the better way to handle that. See you around.